Matip ngayon puli hay na hay. Bagi sendang bayo abreu am. Ki news nam tam. Ya kitu bosong morway. Kumamia.
Wat mudur li min em temian mea. Nam kum ka ti mayai hapun sai so nap kin chong mea.
Ma kertang complete. Tempat jing em jong ma incomplete.
Ki khubor ka Batesi TV ka umdi basnyam bak penjaslian. Rupa Premium Meghalaya.
Ka Reserve Bank of India RBI Shillong Office ha ka khandai tarik urempang arajar apun riau kala rakhi ya ka Financial Literacy Week 2026 ha Hotel Courtyard Shillong halor ka phang ka baong KYC your first step to safe banking. Ya kani ka program la play do Principal Secretary ka Sarkar Jalla uba FR Kharkongor ha ringkat ka Jingsa Khilang Jong u General Manager Officer in Charge RBI Shillong uba Olden Nongplu ki he officer naga Nabad naga Center for Financial Literacy naki bank bapher ki nongtre Sarkar bat ki wei ki kenhon. Kani ka jing rakhi ya ka Financial Literacy Week ha ka ri barok kawai kapala long nadu ka khandai tarik hadu ka khalai tarik urempang arjar apun riu kalong ban pelet jingmot ha ka Financial Inclusion Scheme lingba ka jing penap yang ya ki KYC jong ki bank account khanang ban pentingna ya ka jing trekam jong ki bank klem kanu ka jing thod.
Fellow bankers, colleagues and my dear friends, 10 years ago Reserve Bank of India started Financial Literacy Week with a simple belief. Financial literacy and education is not a luxury, it is a basic necessity. Today, as we stand here on the inaugural ceremony of Financial Literacy Week 2026, without KYC, you exist in the shadows of the economy. With KYC, you come into the light. Moving on, we have second sub-theme, which is CKYC or Central KYC Registry. Now, if KYC is the law, then Central KYC is your master key. With Central KYC, you can get your re-KYC and KYC done with just once getting it done, your information in the KYC registry. As on the screen you can see, it is simply a 14-digit number. It is a one time for all institutions. You go to your bank, you get your CKYC done. One time you get a 14-digit number, and then when next time you go into a financial institution, you do not need to go with a bunch of papers to get your KYC done again. With your consent, that other financial institution can also access your CKYC registry, and then the process of KYC becomes much more simplified. On the screen we also have the process documenting. It starts simply with document submission, then verification and so on. The key benefits include, it is just one-time process, it removes the need for continuous paperwork, the cost reduction as well as time reduction. Now, CKYC, it is not just convenience. This is financial empowerment at scale.
Being associated with you this morning for this very important occasion, which is the launch of the Financial Literacy Week 2026. It is a program in which our Chief Secretary was supposed to have been here, but due to the sudden visit of a team from the Cabinet Secretariat late last evening, Chief Secretary had requested me to be here with you. I have very good memories of my time when I shared with the bankers as a district magistrate, as a DC, almost 2 decades ago, when we had regular meetings with the various bankers at the various forums with the banks. And recently, in my previous assignment as Chief Electoral Officer, also whenever there was a model code of conduct, and we used to have frequent interactions with the bank managers to put in place checks and safeguards during the model code of conduct. But today we are here for a very significant program. So I would like to thank the General Manager and the Officer in Charge of the RBI, Nongplu, the DGM of SBI, Mr. Jha, GM of NABARD, the MD and CEO of MCAB, Mr. Osman Nongri, all the bankers who have come from across the city, and various agencies. I was also very pleased to be part of the inauguration of the Financial Literacy Week and to also digitally launch very important posters, digital posters that will be disseminated across the length and breadth of the state and will be circulated so as to acquaint and to educate the public at large on the importance of the KYC. The theme this year, which is Know your first step to safe banking, KYC, your first step to safe banking, with the themes of the basics of Know Your Customer, as well as the Central KYC Registry, the CKYC, which is an important tool for building and for ensuring that there is proper account hygiene as well as discipline. Today we live in an age in the midst of many digital frauds. We've heard of the digital arrests, we've heard of phishing, we've heard of many crimes that are taking place in the financial world. So in this context, the financial literacy is not only optional, but it is essential for citizens' protection, for inclusive growth, as well as to provide stability for the financial system. And at the very foundation, at the building block of safe banking is the KYC, or Know Your Customer. It is often viewed as a regulatory formality. Often when we get messages on our phones that you will have to update your KYC, the citizens find it burdensome that again they have to provide details of their information, and it is taken as a kind of a disturbance. But in reality, it is a very important tool. I would say not only important but critical towards protecting citizens from fraud, from identity misuse and service disruption. More so in this age now where we have many kinds of frauds that are taking place in the cyber world. We have AI. AI can be a tool, but it is a double-edged tool. It can be a sword, but it can also be, something that it can be something that protects you, but it can be something that harms you as well. So in this context, KYC assumes maximum importance. And updated KYC ensures uninterrupted access to bank accounts, credit facilities, digital payments, as well as government benefits. There is no risk taking, and there is maintenance of prudent lending standards. So to make this effort successful, I urge the banks to actively focus on financially educating the people, including the skill development and handholding wherever required. Apart from the Home Department and other department, I also look after labor. So skill building is an area which is very important. I urge the banks to also devote their attention towards skill building efforts, towards skilling the youths, so that their talents are properly harnessed and they're deployed in the right sectors, and they get adequate support to be able to leverage on the talents that they have. From the state government side, several initiatives have been launched under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister to uplift citizens, to promote entrepreneurship and to improve access to finance. Programs such as the Prime Meghalaya, CM Elevate, Meghalaya Enterprise Development Program, the NEDP and MEGCARE, they aim to create these livelihoods, they aim to support youth employment, they aim to strengthen social security. These schemes also provide a strong base of potential borrowers as well as viable projects. I encourage banks to actively align their lending efforts with these initiatives. In conclusion, I would like to state that financial literacy and inclusion requires collective action. It is not the task of the bankers alone, it is not the task of the government alone, but together in a synchronous effort, we have to build this climate of financial inclusion and financial literacy. So banks, line departments, district administration, financial literacy centers and other stakeholders must work in close coordination. And when policy intent, institutional capacity and grassroots outreach come together, financial inclusion becomes meaningful and sustainable. So let us all resolve today at the launch of the Financial Literacy Week 2026 to treat Financial Literacy Week not only as a standalone event, but as a reaffirmation of our shared commitment towards empowering every citizen of Meghalaya with safe, responsible and productive access to finance. In this, I once again congratulate the Office of the RBI, all the stakeholder banks, towards ensuring that this entire mission, that this entire objective becomes not only something routine, but becomes meaningful, and it becomes something that is felt and done at the field level. Thank you very much.